October is an interesting month and many people claim the month. We have mental health awareness, we have Calypso History Month, we also have October as Guide Month. So we are going to be speaking with three ladies belonging to the organization of Girl Guides, the Girl Guides Association of Trinidad and Tobago. But before we start that conversation though, we take in a little something from Amelia.
I've been a member of Guides since I was 9 years old. Now I like Girl Guides because it gives every girl an equal chance to speak and be represented. Boy. I would recommend Girl Guides studies because it's fun, eventful, and just why not? The Girl Guide Association of Trinidad and Tobago helps girls find their self-confidence and leadership qualities through various activities. I actually recently went to Tobago with my group, and I love when we do arts and crafts. To commemorate Guide Month in October, I have an idea that all guides can do virtually. It's called Girl Affirmations. Here's what we do first. You'll need for your Girl Affirmations 4 palette sticks, some glue, and you're gonna need a marker. Stick your 4 palette sticks together. Now write down 3 things you like about yourself. The 3 things I like about myself is my laugh, because I have a weird laugh, my smile, and I love my hair. Bye!
And joining us this evening, we have Nadine Joseph, Sangre Grande West Division Commissioner, and she is joined by Nicola Benjamin, Senior Guide, First Endeavour Senior Guides Unit, as well as Marylee-Ann Cruickshank, Ranger Guide, 2nd San Fernando Senior Guides and Rangers Unit. So we say good evening to you, ladies three, and I'll start off with you, please, Commissioner. COVID's impact on local guiding.
Good afternoon. Yes, COVID had an impact on our local guiding. So it was challenging, like everyone else, at first. However, our promise and law teaches us to be courageous in everything. And we found ways to take on this challenge. So during the first lockdown, we had a lot of challenges that we will have sent out for our girls. The Media Guide Challenge was one of them. And as we realized that we will not be opening back and we are still in, now many units are meeting with their girls via Zoom. I myself meet with my girls via Zoom. Actually, my meeting is actually 3 o'clock this afternoon with my girls.
And I want to bring Nicola in right now because I saw something. I don't know if it was a podcast, but she'll take me through it. But when the commissioner says media guides, what are media guides?
Well, Media Guides is a cohesive group of girls who are able to do media. So, for example, to do interviews, to be interviewed, to write a newspaper, to take photos, to create and post content. It's basically how to do online.
And looking at online, one of the things we're going to be playing throughout the conversation is the Hear Me campaign. And Marylee-Ann, give me a little idea about that campaign, thanks, because I see people with placards and very strong messages. So what is that about?
Well, our hashtag Hear Me Now campaign is part of our hashtag Team Girl, which is a celebration for our International Day of the Girl, which passed last week. And this whole campaign is really about giving girls a voice. We want our young ladies and young girls, not only in Trinidad and Tobago, but in the wider world, to know that they have a voice, they have rights, and they must stand up for those rights in a respectful way, and they must let their voice be heard.
So how did you all collect it? Or was it an idea saying that this is something that we want to do? Did different organizations come together? And how did that take place? How did you decide that this is the hashtag that we're going to use?
Well, we decided as a Girl Guide Association of Trinidad and Tobago that this hashtag really represented us as a nation, especially with the current COVID-19 situation, because girls are placed in a home where you aren't sure if the parental situation is okay, if their mental stability is okay, or how their education is doing at this time. But we want girls to know that we are a team. We are in this together and that your voice matters. And we just decided as an association, our commissioners and leaders came together and decided that they wanted us to speak out this year. This year, they wanted us to have our voice and be at the forefront of everything that happened in this 2020 year.
And Commissioner, bring you back in. And how do you feel when you hear guides and rangers sounding like this and just representing the association like this?
So I personally feel proud because our association we would like our girls to lead, right? And it's girl-led. It's a matter of being girl-led. So when the girls have a voice, and as well, we are training them to be leaders. So then they are going to take up the role. I am not going to be a commissioner all of my life. I have people like Marylee-Ann and Nicola that will now take on that part. So it's really great that the girls can actually come off with this and think about stepping into that forefront.
Now, is this the first time that there's been a thrust to have media responses or to prepare the guides for answering or representing the association on media?
No, it's actually not the first time. It's have been a vision of the chair of Media Guides, who was then the communications commissioner, to have the girls be the face of our association to represent us on media and around as well. So in 2018, we had our media guides training where a number of girls will have been trained to represent Girl Guides Association of Trinidad and Tobago on media. Following that, in 2019 at our Camp Survival, we also had a training and the girls were given that opportunity to host, I should say, the media part of the camp. So it's not the first time. Girls will have represented us before, and we continue to encourage them to represent us, and hence why we have now this media guide group where we are training girls to go out there and represent their association in and around media and to really speak, and we also have our advocacy program that we will also be training the girls on.
Now, I asked the commissioner, how does she feel about her girls representing? Nicola, I want to ask you, how do you feel to know that you're part of this and you're a media guide as well?
It feels great. It feels like, you know how they say there's always strength in numbers. I have 10 million sisters around the world, and it's awesome. Like, there are people who are with me and I don't even know them, and it's a sisterhood. It's a sisterhood because those are the people. Girl Guides is a place where those are the people who will help you with your math homework or get you your first interview for your job. Those are people who will teach you how to cook and clean, and it feels great to be a girl guide and to be a media guide.
I feel like I need to introduce some girl guides to the young ladies in my life. But we continue this conversation about guides, media guides, and Guide Month when we return from this break. Stay with us. Welcome back. We're speaking with Commissioner Nadine Joseph. We also have Nicola Benjamin and Marylee-Ann Cruickshank. We're speaking about Guide Month in Trinidad and Tobago. And I want to pull in Marylee-Ann right now and to talk a little bit about the training. So in terms of going through the training, what are some of the things that you're learning in media guides?
Okay, well, at the forefront, one of the major things that we learned during our media guide training was how to properly market ourselves and how to properly present ourselves. So while as a regular guide, we learn to always have our uniform intact, always make sure that our hair is combed, that you look like a proper outstanding citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. In Media Guide, they take it a step further. We are taught not only how to look the part and how to speak the part, but how to actually do it. We are taught to speak properly, make sure that we are speaking in an eloquent manner, that we are sitting properly, and that first and foremost, that you know what you are speaking about. Because in Media Guide, yes, it's fun, and yes, it's a time to really get to know your sisters. Nicola, I didn't even know Nicola before, and now I feel like if she's honestly my sister by blood, and that is what Media Guide really does for us. It's really a step further into that sisterhood that you have as a regular guide.
And how long was the training, though, Marylee-Ann?
Our training was about 2 months, but the training in itself is continuous because, as Miss said, in our camp survival, which occurred last year, we had media guide training. And then year before we had another media guide training. But in our units, we always are trained how to properly project ourselves and how to make sure that we know how to speak properly, that we know how to properly carry about ourselves, and that we know how to represent our Girl Guide Association of Trinidad and Tobago.
All right. Now, Commissioner, I'll go back to you in terms of asking how many ladies were involved? How many guides, rangers were involved in the media guides? And how did you go about saying, okay, yes, this person, Marylee-Ann, I want her to be involved. Nicola, I want her to be part of this. How did you go about that?
Okay, so we had a pitch to get at least 50 girls to sign up for the media guides. So we advertised it and we asked girls to join. Unfortunately, we did not get that 50, but we got 32 girls, and all 32 girls met the requirements. They will articulate in their video their challenges that we asked them to do, like the one Amelia did was excellent. And those are the qualities we were looking for. So when we looked at it, we say, okay, these are the girls that we are taking and we are going to work with them. So we now have 32 girls, as I said, who are all part of our media guides. Our team also comprises of leaders and as well our chief commissioner and our training commissioner.
I'm wondering what other, and Nicola, I'll pull you in, what are some of the other challenges that you would have had during those two months?
Well, we had the hashtag Team Girl Hear Me Now campaign. We also had the Republic Day to Independence Day campaign. We also have Surf Smart. We have the Division Commissioner campaign, and so on and so forth.
Now, and I want to bring in a young lady by the name of Derry Barbosa now, because I think she was also part of it. So we play that now and get a little energy from Derry.
As a senior guide, and now I renew my promise as a ranger guide as well. Some of the things I love about ranger guides includes that it gave me the opportunity to participate in several volunteer projects, as well as the opportunity to learn many outdoor camping skills, and also gave me a sense of belonging and sisterhood. It also provided me with a much needed break, quote unquote, from my academics in school, especially speaking as a Form 6, as it could get quite stressful sometimes. Guiding gave me a break to do other things other than sit behind a desk and do studies all day. I would recommend guiding to many other young girls or young women as it.
And one of the things Derry was saying is she was talking about why she recommends guiding. I want to get that from the two young ladies who we joined with this evening. Nicola, why would you recommend guiding to someone?
All right, so I would recommend guiding because guiding is a sisterhood, like I said before. Guiding also teaches you survival, not as survival in the woods, where you get a rope and a knife and you go and survive for 2 days. Not just that. How to cook, how to clean, how to talk to someone, how to look nice, how to get a job, how to provide for your family. Guiding teaches you more than just how to be yourself. It teaches you how to interact with others. That is why I would recommend guiding.
Thank you so much. And Marylee-Ann, I'll ask you the same question. Why would you recommend guiding?
I would majorly recommend guiding because it is an opportunity for you to learn how to market yourself. But mostly for me, guiding is a place where I learned how to properly be myself. I learned that people come together and that it's not a place where your friends are, it's a place where your family is. And in guiding, I don't think a lot of people realize that it's really an opportunity for you to really get out there into the world. For example, me as a girl guide, when I was in primary school, I was given the opportunity to go to St. Vincent. That was my first regional camp that I went to. And then in secondary school, about 2 years ago, I was given another opportunity to go to Grenada with my unit. And those are just a few of the opportunities that Girl Guides afford to. Because while the regular citizen would be able to go on a trip to Grenada, now as a guide, you're able to go to Grenada, but you're camping. You're able to go to Grenada, but you're going with your friends. You're able to go to Grenada, but now you're learning how to camp. You're learning how to cook for yourself. You are learning how to speak to people, not only in your country, but in your region. And you are learning how to market yourself as a person. And parents, I would honestly recommend guiding if you want to get your child not to settle down, but to be the best version of themselves. And guiding is family, guiding is life, and guiding is a necessity for girls in the 21st century.
I think what you're selling are buying. But Commissioner, you thought you would get away? No. Because you have brownies, then guys, then rangers before we start to reach things like commissioner. So what makes you, even though you said you won't be there forever, you won't be a commissioner forever, why are you still there? What is it about guides?
It's a lot indeed. I began guiding not as an adult alone, but I was also part of guiding junior guides. So like they said, I learned a lot. I learned a lot of leadership skills. And those leadership skills that I have learned actually have brought me to the place where I am today. Most times when I do a class, when I went to UE to do my bachelor's, most time I will be seen as the leader amongst the group. So most time people will decide, hey, she has those qualities, put her out there. And this came about from guiding. So to me, guiding have been great for me. Like Marylee-Ann says, you get to explore not only your country, but as well abroad. I represented our association in Curacao at our 14th Western Hemisphere Conference. And being able to go there and actually represent your country, to talk on behalf of your country, to say what your country is doing, that is an experience, a joy that you can't say a regular person will actually have just like that. So Girl Guiding affords us with a lot of opportunities.
And in the last 20 seconds, I'll stay with you, Commissioner, just asking for contact information, because I'm sure there are people who are excited about Girl Guides and want to be a part of it. But how do they contact you to do that?
Okay, so if you would like to contact us, you can contact us by phone, 628-7966. That's our telephone number, or as well, 628-2614. You can contact us by email, girlguidesttt@gmail.com. And as well, you can contact us by our Instagram page, girls_guides TNT. And go into our Instagram page, just DM us and we will go further with it.
All right, so we want to thank you for giving us a little peek into this sisterhood, ladies. And on behalf of the entire news team, I'm DK Roster. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night.